Hello student, I am Alka Sharma from NCMS Jhabua. Today I am taking class 10 SST Political Science Chapter 1 Power Sharing. My dear student, today we will study about what is the problem in Belgium and Sri Lanka, how the tension between the French and Dutch communities, accommodation in Belgium, Sri Lanka, subgroups of Tamils, majoritarianism in Sri Lanka, the struggles of Sri Lankan Tamils, result of struggles, need of power sharing, prudential, the first set of reason, and moral, the second reasons. Today we are going to study this one. Now, power sharing among three organs of the state: legislature, executive and judiciary. It is very important proper functioning of democracy. Do you know the idea of power sharing has emerged opposition of the notion of undivided political power. So in a democracy everyone has a voice in shaping the public policies. Now to understand how the democracy handles these demands of power sharing, here we discuss the power sharing of Belgium and Sri Lanka. See, there was a big problem in both the Sri Lanka and Belgium. How they solved the problem? So we can study first the Belgium and later the Sri Lanka. Belgium, it is a federal state in Western Europe. Area-wise, when we see, area-wise population is smaller than state of Haryana, and it has a border with Netherlands, France, Germany and Luxembourg. Its ethnic composition is very complex. That is the biggest problem here. See, out of the total population of the country, 59% lives in the Flemish region and they speak Dutch language, and other 40% peoples, they live in the Wallonia region and they speak French language, and the remaining 1% they speak German. And the capital of Belgium was Brussels, where 80% people they speak French and 20% were Dutch speaking peoples. Now, minority French speaking community were relatively they are rich and powerful, and this make the Dutch speaking community angry, who got the benefit in economic development as well as education much later, and this will create a big problem in the Belgium. See, tension create between the French and Dutch. How the tension create? The social disparity lead to the tension between the Dutch and French speaking community during 1950 and 1960. This tension was more acute in Brussels. Why? There was a special problem created because it was the Dutch speaking peoples who are in the majority in the country, but they are minority in the capital. See, accommodation of the Belgium. The Belgium leader, how they solved this problem? So Belgium leader took different path by recognizing these regional difference and cultural diversity of the country. So between 1970 and 1993, the constitution of Belgium was amended 4 times. And how they solved this problem? See, the constitution prescribed that the number of Dutch and French speaking ministers shall be equal in the central government. Some special laws required to support majority members of each linguistic group. So thus no single community can take any decision unilaterally. So in this way they solve. Next time, the state government are not subordinate to the central government. More powers of the central government has been given to the state government of 2 regions of the country. Third, Brussels has a separate government in which both Dutch and French speaking peoples have equal representation. Fourth, Apart from the central and the state government, there is another third kind of government. That government is called community government. Why they made this community government? Because it is elected by the people belonging to one language community, Dutch, French and German. No matter where they live in the country, the government has power regarding cultural, education and language related issue. So you have seen, in this way they solve this problem. Belgian model has worked well, for which they avoided civic strife between major communities. Now the country remains united, and Brussels was chosen as the headquarters of European Union for the very beginning. So in this way you have seen the Belgian model has satisfied all the communities, citizens of the country, and they solve and they create the unity in the country. Now we will see the what about Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, it is an island in the Indian Ocean. It was just few kilometers from the southern coast of Tamil Nadu. Sri Lankan has diverse population, 2 crore people, with 74% being Sinhalas and 18% Tamils. Subgroups of Tamils. There are 2 types of subgroups of Tamils. One is Sri Lankan Tamils and second one is Indian Tamils. Sri Lankan Tamils. These Tamils are natives of Sri Lanka. They are called Sri Lankan Tamils. They constitute 13% population and are concentrated mostly in north and east of Sri Lanka. Most of the Sinhala speaking peoples are Buddhist, while most of Tamils are Hindu and Muslims. Indian Tamils. The Tamils whose forefathers came from India as plantation workers during colonial rules and settled in Sri Lanka. So they are called Indian Tamils. Do you know the population? They constitute 5% population, and there are about 7% Christian, whose are both Tamils and Sinhalas. Majoritarianism in Sri Lanka is the biggest problem. See, majority is a concept in which signifies the belief that the majority community should be able to rule in the country in whichever way it wants. So by this is disgrading the wishes of and needs of minority, and that creates a big problem in Sri Lanka. See, when Sri Lanka became independent in 1948, so the leaders of Sinhala communities, they established dominance over government by majority. See, so in 1956 they passed an act to recognize Sinhala is only the official language, and they disregarding Tamil. No, the government follows some pre-differential policies that they favored only Sinhala applicant for the university position and the government job. A new constitution stipulated that states shall protect and promote Buddhism. All these government measures gradually increase the feeling of alienation among the Sri Lankan Tamils. They felt that none of the major political parties led by the Buddhist Sinhalas leaders was sensitive to their language and culture. So the relation between Sinhalas and Tamils community becomes strained over time. Struggle for Sri Lankan Tamils. Sri Lankan Tamils launched parties and struggled for recognition of Tamil as an official language. They demanded regional autonomy, equality, equal opportunity in securing education and jobs, but their demand was not accepted. Every time it was denied. By the 1980s, several political organizations like LTTE, Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam, were formed they demand the independent state, that is called Tamil Eelam state, in the northern and eastern part of Sri Lanka, but they had not accepted this. So this conflict between the two communities soon turned into civil war. Now, what happened in civil war? Result of struggle. Civil war was resulted killing of thousands of the peoples of both the communities. Civil war also caused terrible setback to the social, cultural and economic life of the country. Many families were forced to leave the country as refugees, and lot of the people lost their livelihood, and they had not solved the problem. So my dear student, you know why there is a need of power sharing, because the two different reasons reflect that there is a need of power sharing. First one is a prudential. First set of reason, it stresses that power sharing will bring better outcome. It solves the problems in the country. Power sharing is a good because it helps to reduce the possibilities of conflict between two social groups, different social groups. Since social conflict leads to violence, because if there will be conflict in the country, it leads mostly violence and political instability, and it reduces economy of the country. So many people will be died. So power sharing is good. It ensures the stability of the political order, and all the majority community over others may will get attractive option. But in long run, unity of the nation if we want, so we have to do the power sharing in the country. Moral. It emphasizes that every act of power sharing is valuable. Power sharing is the spirit of democracy. People have right. They can consult how they are to be governed. A legitimate government is one where citizens through participation can acquire the stake in the system. In this way, the country will remain in unite form. All the peoples will get equal rights and they live happily. Now next time I'll take forms of power sharing. Thank you.